Yeah. So that's it's very interesting because our last recording, we also started with the hero's journey. Now, in the hero's journey, there's a moment where the hero need to go through certain thresholds before he's ready for the next phase of his life. And at those thresholds are certain threshold guardians, and they basically stop you. And the question at the threshold guardian stage is, are you ready to go to the next? And it's almost like what we have experienced this morning to get to this call is begging the question. This is going to be a tight subject in a discussion, but are you ready to go? Are you brave enough? Are you courageous enough to go there? And I'm very happy that you say that you are, because you have made that peace. But key to what you also said, relating to the previous series recording that we had, was this whole thing about once there's conceptualization of a baby, it has its place in the system, no matter what. And the more the surface systemic behavior wants to push that into the unseen world as if it's non-existent, the more symptoms pop up in the life of a family in whatever form. I just want to also just nominate that as one of our key components in the work, is to see what is pushed into the subconscious, what is pushed into secrecy.
And that's exactly why I do believe that, although it's a tender subject, exactly for that reason, we would rather not speak about it. We would rather not think about it. That is why we need to actually talk about it.
Yeah. Good. So
in family constellation, and I think we want to look at how is the view of the legitimate child in family constellation is the view of the legitimate child. And I want to specifically go to the time where I was born, which was quite a few years ago, in the mid-50s, and how that may have changed from then to now, but some elements have not changed. And so there is this, I'm going to call the word judgment on the legitimate child. The legitimate child was seen as the child of sin. And the first time, and I have to share the story. The first time I came across this, the child of sin, was when I was in boarding school. And I was always the child that had to bear the brunt of everybody else's misdemeanors. And I could never figure out why. But when I had one of those misdemeanors put on my back again, my punishment was to wash walls. And I was really good at washing walls at one stage. And but on this particular day, I was particularly upset, and one of the nuns coming past was sort of talking to me. Normally I was ignored, but this time the nun talked to me, and I was complaining to her about my question as to why I was always the one who was selected to do the punishment. And why was I selected to do the punishment? And I was sort of having this question that I posed to the nun. She was willing to speak to me, and I just wanted an answer. And it's the first time I heard, it's because you are the child of sin. And as I'm speaking here now, I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps, because at that time, I did not understand what she was actually saying. It confused me even more. Because at that time, I lived with a mother and a father in a home, and I was taken to boarding school for the simple reason that in Namibia, there's not good schooling, and it was a good school to go to.